Hi DIYers, Sterling with Alarm Grid here, and today we're going to show you how to use WPS encryption to join your Honeywell Lyric security system to your router that supports WPS encryption. So when joining any Wi-Fi capable device to your router, there's a couple of different ways to do it. One is through WEP or WPA or WPA2 security, and that typically entails on the device that you're connecting, going into the device's Wi-Fi connectivity options and selecting the network you want to join to and typing in the router's security password. And we have a video on that. It's the Wi-Fi connection video, and basically we've already shown you how to use the WPA2 using the security password and how to join a Lyric that method. And now we want to show you how to use the WPS encryption mode. And with WPS, no security password is needed. The whole idea is you're with a device that's in the house, in range of the Wi-Fi network, and you're initiating WPS enrollment from the router. So that's a manual action. You're telling the router to go into that mode. And when the router's in that WPS learn mode, any device that supports WPS that is then put into WPS mode will automatically talk to the router, handshake, kiss off, give a good connection on the security password. It hands it off without having to type the security password in. So it's a common, it's an alternative way to connect to a Wi-Fi router. And the reason you may do that on a Lyric is because Honeywell doesn't give you every single possible character for a security password. I think, for instance, if your password has an equal sign, this system, if we go into the Wi-Fi config option, and if we were to scan for our network and try to type our security password, you can see that even if we toggle over to the numbers, there's no option for an equal sign. You can go and you put a dash or a little dash, you can put a period, you can put a ampersand, a dollar sign, but certain special characters are not yet available on the screen. Now, this is a firmware updatable panel. Perhaps character changes will come. You know, if you have that equal sign, perhaps eventually you'll be able to type that in. But if you have an equal sign today, and you don't want to have to change your router's password, then you just have to do WPS encryption instead. And you'll still be able to join your Wi-Fi network, and it'll still be secure. And we're going to show you there's two ways to do this. Just like we did on our Wi-Fi connectivity video, you can hit Security, Tools, and either type the default installer code, which is 4112. You hit save, you ignore the AlarmNet 360, which that has to do with connecting the system for monitoring. So this system's not yet enabled for monitoring. We're just ignoring that 360 message. But from this screen, we can do COM diagnostics, configure Wi-Fi, and then WPS, and we'd be in the WPS enroll mode. The other way to do it, or the alternative way, if you're not the installer, as long as you have your master code, you can hit the master code. By default, it's 1234. And we're into this level here, and you can see Wi-Fi config. And this is the same exact screen as the programming screen that we saw when we used the default 4112 installer code. So at this point, two different ways to get to here, but this is how you do WPS. So you can see it says right here, press WPS on the access point, then this WPS, which means put your router into WPS mode, then press the button on here. So I'm going to shout out to my partner and have them put our router into WPS enroll mode. On most routers, your WPS button is labeled. It'll either be two chasing arrows or it'll actually say WPS. You press and hold the button on the router. I just heard my whistle from my partner. Lets me know he's now in WPS mode. If you try to access WPS at the Lyric and the router's not in the WPS mode, it will not connect. So that's why it's secure, because you're manually putting the router into that mode. With the router in that mode, you just hit WPS and it says please wait. Our Wi-Fi indicator before had an exclamation mark letting us know we are not connected to the network. And now that it's cycling, that's processing the WPS connection. And we can now see device has been successfully added to the network. And if we hit OK and we come back out, or actually if we go to scan access points, you can see we once again have a check mark next to our Wi-Fi connection. So we had purposefully put in the wrong network password to break the Wi-Fi connection. And now, because we've successfully enrolled it via WPS, we can show, or we can see that we're now back online. So that's how you would connect your Honeywell Lyric system to your router that supports WPS. And we hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have any questions on connecting your Lyric to your router via WPS encryption, please let us know. And we invite you to subscribe to our channel so you're up to date on all of the new Honeywell Lyric videos that we release as we continue to evaluate this brand new system.